This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here, hope you're all doing well, and welcome to my Ahsoka Marrok Twist and Identity Revealed explanation video. We are gonna go ahead and hop right on into it. So, after fans have now spent weeks wondering who exactly Marrok was in Ahsoka, with many different theories surrounding the character, the Disney Plus show has finally revealed who was actually behind the mask, well, to a point. Similar to Boba Fett in the original trilogy, Marrok quickly became the quote-unquote cool character of Ahsoka due to his double-bladed Inquisitor lightsaber, his all-black weathered armor, and the choice to the man of a few words. But when he did talk, which was like 2 lines, it was just as intriguing. Many different fan theories had quickly circulated around as of to who could be behind the mask of Marrok. Names such as Ezra Bridger, an evil Ezra Bridger, Starkiller, Mara Jade, a Luke Skywalker clone were all thrown around, with each having subsequent evidence to even back up their respective claims and theories. However, episode 4 of Ahsoka gave fans a deeper glimpse into the Star Wars character as a whole, explaining a lot about the masked Force-sensitive mercenary. Who is Marrok in Star Wars Ahsoka? For starters, Marrok was portrayed by stuntman and actor Paul Darnell in all 4 episodes of Ahsoka that the character had appeared in. As in, that was actually who was in the physical costume on set. In his biography on the official Star Wars website, it notes that Marrok is a former Inquisitor, explaining why he still carried the spinning double-bladed lightsaber that only Inquisitors possess. It also reveals that he was a mercenary employed by Morgan Elsbeth, as we see in the Ahsoka show, similar to Baylan and his apprentice Shin Hati. Although, one of the most intriguing aspects of Marrok was the fact that everything about him was unknown, aside from the fact that he was a mercenary that could use the Force and a lightsaber. However, now, episode 4 of Ahsoka has revealed his true identity, a Night Brother. As we see in the episode, Marrok and Rosario Dawson's Ahsoka Tano cross paths within the forest of the planet Seotis, which eventually led to the pair engaging in a lightsaber duel. This occurred at the same time that Sabine Wren was locking blades with Shin Hati. Although, Ahsoka is definitely no stranger to battling enemies with double-bladed sabers, so the fight didn't last all that long, but Marrok was able to hold his own for a few moments, similar to the way that he did in episode 2 when Ahsoka and Marrok had first engaged in a lightsaber combat duel on the planet of Corellia. However, as Marrok began to spin his Inquisitor-style blade, Ahsoka patiently waited for the right time to strike, and as we see play out, just as Marrok seems to think that he had the upper hand on the former Jedi, Ahsoka stepped forward with a horizontal slash, cutting through Marrok's rusted armor, as the former Inquisitor stood amongst the red leaves with his body language suggesting that he couldn't believe that he had been bested. The gash that Ahsoka made in his armor had immediately started violently emitting a green smoke. And so, just in a split second later, the smoke burst out of Marrok's body, leaving the armor sitting lifelessly on the forest floor. Many fans of the Clone Wars animated show will remember that the death of Savage Opress in season 5 of the animated show, and specifically how similar the two scenes were into the regards to how the characters' bodies reacted to dying. In Star Wars The Clone Wars, Savage was stabbed by Darth Sidious on Mandalore, and as he was laying on the ground, the same green smoke that emitted from Marrok's body and Ahsoka came out of Savage's. And so, simply based off of these two similarities, it's safe to assume that Marrok was actually a Night Brother as well. That's the best explanation that we're able to come up with, and our best understanding of exactly who Marrok is, until they explain more of this character, hopefully in later episodes of Ahsoka. Although, I will also say that another fan theory suggests that this was a reanimated or a brought back to life character. Somebody that Morgan Elsbeth had brought back from the dead, put in a suit, and, well, called them a mercenary essentially, for hire. And so, even though many fans thought that Marrok would be someone of great importance, the fact that he ended up being a Night Brother actually makes the most sense. and is very much still cool, despite all the other amazing fan theories that have circulated around. What were your own fan theories about Marrok? Let me know in the comments down below. So far, Morgan Elsbeth has been presented as the biggest antagonist of Ahsoka, running the entirety of the operation, having hired Baylan and his apprentice Shin Hati as well, since she is incredibly persistent in her search for Grand Admiral Thrawn as well, with the creation of a giant hyperspace ring that took a blast at the end of of episode 4 named The Eye of Sion. It was also revealed in episode 1 of Ahsoka that she not only has major ties to the Night Sisters, but herself is that she is actually one herself. Her powers have been put on display at multiple points throughout the first 4 episodes as well, and I hope that we'll see more. A true duel of battle between Ahsoka and Morgan Elsbeth, of where Morgan Elsbeth doesn't hold back on her Night Sister powers, would be incredible to see throughout this show, as they had first dueled in The Mandalorian Season 2 in the episode titled The Jedi. Morgan Elsbeth didn't appear to have used any of her Night Sister powers or magic, so to see a reboot or a rematch between Ahsoka and Morgan Elsbeth, of where she actually does use her Night Sister magic, would be insane. Just as the Night Sisters used their powers to physically enhance Savage Opress in the Clone Wars and even gave him Force abilities, it is likely that Morgan did the same for Marrok, making him a Night Brother. After the Empire fell and Darth Vader was killed alongside the Emperor, it would make sense for Marrok to have denounced the Inquisitors along together, seeing as now that they would have no master to even serve. Why bother with it? It was, after all, one of the other long-standing questions for the Ahsoka show as of to why there was an Inquisitor floating around in the post-original trilogy, post-Empire era, when there wasn't any master for these Inquisitors to serve any longer. This presumably would have made him into a perfect figure for Morgan Elsbeth to use to do her bidding once she had discovered that he was already had Force sensitivity and abilities beforehand. However, to physically strengthen him and heighten his powers even more, she would have definitely used her Night Sister magic on him, just as Mother Talzin used on hers on Savage Opress in the Clone Wars. This would explain to as of why Marrok was killed. The green smoke that came out of him was identical to the smoke that came out of Savage. Think of it as magic leaving their bodies, essentially. This ultimately means that Morgan Elsbeth's use of Night Sister magic not only runs even deeper throughout her plans that fans had previously thought, but that she is also much more powerful than previously anticipated, as I had mentioned. This would explain as to why she was such a formidable opponent for Ahsoka when the two engaged in a one-on-one duel in Season 2 of The Mandalorian, and I would love to see a rematch of where Morgan Elsbeth doesn't hold back. While the mystery of Marrok has been solved to a point, other questions about Ahsoka remain, namely whether Ezra Bridger and Grand Admiral Thrawn will make their triumph returns in Episode 5, which I very much hope so and think that they will. Of course, I'll have a preview video here on the channel for Ahsoka Episode 5, as well as we're doing reaction and breakdown videos each and every week for each and every Ahsoka episode. All the more reason to grab that subscribe button if you haven't already. Let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. What were some of your Marrok theories? Let me know in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been Unofficial Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.